Good day, everyone. Hike already did not start as planned. I got to the trail and it turns out that most of these trails are actually reserved for cross-country skiers in the winter. So I did find one that's meant for pedestrians. And we're doing it. It's pretty short. It's about 3 kilometers, or maybe take me half an hour, 40 minutes at most. I am taking my time though. And I just want to say a huge thank you to anyone that actually watched my other hiking video. I really did do it just to get back in the swing of things, but got some views, got some nice comments, so kind of motivated me to keep doing this. And I want to keep doing that anyway for the hikes because I'm out here anyway. It's going to give me a reason to visit different trails. Sorry, there's a helicopter above me right now. 1 minute. Alright, she's gone. This trail is a bit strange. It'll be part forest, part road, more road down there, but the forest continues in front of me. And, oh, first person down there. I think this is the trail. I see footprints here anyway, so we're going for it. It is unfortunate that I can't camp here. I have seen about 10 spots so far that I can easily set up a shelter. Nice open spots, nice flat ground. It's actually a shame. It's too bad though. I won't break any rules here though. This is actually a trail. It's pretty close to my house. I've never done the whole thing. I could probably do all the trails here in about 3 hours, and I've never done it. Reason being is I don't like the trail in summer. I want to say it's man-made, or it's groomed at least. But what I think they do is they put sand down to flatten and widen the trail, and it makes it like you're walking on a beach, which is just not fun to do in shoes. So for that reason, I've come here a few times in summer, probably half a dozen, and I always do a really small trail. Remember why I hadn't been here. Leave and then don't come back for about another 6 months. Winter you'd think it'd be better, but they do close the trail around 4 p.m. I don't know how strict they are on that. We'll be testing it out today. I think I have 2 hours and don't know how long I'll be out here. I did say this loop I'm going to do is about 30-40 minutes, so if that's the case, that shouldn't be an issue. But I am a night owl, so I do tend to go out. When I leave to go hiking, I'll probably leave around noon on most days. And I have no problem hiking back in the dark. I always carry a headlamp, carry a light. I have my camera light, my phone, all that. Lighting is never an issue. I can always make my way back out, as long as I stay on the trail. By the way, sound might sound a little different this video. I'm not going to talk about the whole tech side of it every time. I mentioned in my last video that audio was an issue. Since that video, I like the mic I was using for that video, by the way, just to make it clear. It is a small shotgun mic, but it's mounted on a shock mount. So what that means, it's a small mobile mount. It's not mobile, but it'll move. And it's really a bit of an issue when I hike, because as I'm walking, the mic wants to go like this, and on occasion, there's a tree there. On occasion, it'll actually bounce in the way of the camera. So my last video, I had to crop maybe 3 or 4 shots. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad, but it's more an annoyance for me looking at the camera and seeing this thing flop around. It's really distracting. So the one I have now should be just as good quality, but that feature is built into a fixed mic. Sennheiser 200 model, I don't really know what it is. I'm just saying this so maybe the audio will be better, maybe it'll be worse. I am trying it out. I also got another wireless mic. They all have their purpose. Trying it out. Decided that's where I'd put my focus on this year, the beginning of the year at least. By the way, how do you feel about sunglasses? I much prefer to wear them because the snow is kind of blinding and I like to see. But I do find it a bit weird on camera when I have glasses on. I don't know how you guys feel about that. So Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud right now. Put these back on. All right. As I was saying, I like these hiking videos. I can kind of just shut my brain off and hike and talk. Not really worry about what I say during this video. Just kind of pick a trail, pick a snack, pick a beverage, and head out there. It's also kind of nice. It's a weekday, so there's no one out on the trail. Kind of did that on purpose. Someone did comment in my last hike that it was nice to get a sort of get to know you video, which I thought was pretty cool. I didn't think of it that way at all. And I'm going to use these videos for stuff like that, just saying what's on my mind, maybe commenting or responding to some comments, maybe telling you guys what my plans are for the season, stuff like that. Maybe give you a sneak peek. Next hike, I'm actually going out to find another shelter. There is one in the woods that I do my winter camping in, and someone showed it to me in summer. Not summer, but a few weeks ago. There was no snow yet, basically. And the problem with that is snowed, and I can't find the trail back there right now. So probably next week I'm gonna go out, try to find that shelter. That might be an upcoming camping video, given I can find it. Also, the ice, the lakes are freezing pretty good this year. They barely froze last year, and I did do a little bit of ice fishing, but the majority of the areas were not completely frozen yet. They weren't safe to walk on, so ice fishing was not good last year. I don't even think I'm on a trail anymore, to be honest with you guys. Look at this. I don't think this is the trail. Anyway, there might be more ice fishing this year. Hopefully. I've already seen people on the ice, and we didn't even have snow on the ground this time last year. So it's looking good. Hopefully a much better winter than we got last year. We had about 2 months of actual snow. Horrible. Definitely not on the trail that I thought. I was expecting to find a park bench and have my beverage. I just have to walk and drink at the same time. I have no idea where this trail goes. Alright, I turned back around. There is a marker for the trail there, but it says Trail F. And I took a picture of the map before coming in, and there is no Trail F on my map. So I have no idea where that leads to. I have no idea if it's 1 kilometer or 10 kilometers away, so we're not taking that chance. It is going to get dark in about an hour, so I'm turning around, and the trail should meet up with another trail that I was doing there. Shouldn't be the same path back, at least. And at least we know we're going the right direction. One thing I'd mentioned in the past was that I intended for this channel to not be only camping. It was supposed to be a mix of anything outdoors, really. Anything I do outdoors, you know, fishing, hiking, camping, kayaking, all that. And I set the tone really hard by doing only camping in the first few months. That wasn't the intention, but it was just the weather we got, the snow we got that year. It just made sense to do those videos. I think doing these hikes is going to be a nice little mix between the two. I was sort of debating making my content just like an outdoor vlog sort of thing. And I think these hikes are a nice way to mix that in and not interfere with the camping. It's also a nice change because, like I mentioned, these really take no preparation. I pick a trail and then go. Whereas the camping, you're looking at least 24 hours, plus all the equipment I have to prep, the equipment I need to bring back, dry out, pack back away. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into it. And I don't mind it, but on a weekly basis, it's kind of tough to keep up with. And for that reason, the hikes in between are a really nice break. I still have no idea if this is the right trail, but I see footprints, and I think I came from that direction, so looks like it's all lining up. We'll see. And if you're still around, I think now's a good chance to talk about some mistakes I made, let's say. I put on this hoodie today and it reminded me that the very first camping video that I filmed, it wasn't my first time camping, but the first video that I filmed, I wore this hoodie. It's a cotton hoodie. I was camping in winter, not the best mix at all. I don't know why I put it on. I genuinely like to sleep in a hoodie in winter. I'll take off my jacket and all that. And I don't always bring it. It's not always worth the weight and the space, but I think it was nice to sleep in a base layer, throw on a hoodie on top of that. Usually sleep pretty nice in that. I wore the hoodie just like I am today. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wore this jacket too, which is not one of my typical camping or hiking jackets. And I did not know it was gonna snow. That hoodie got soaked. Couldn't use it to sleep in. I look back to the video, and halfway through the video, this whole part is just frozen and stuck together. And I don't know what I was thinking. So do not camp in hoodies like this, in a cotton hoodie. Not a good mix. Most people know that, but I don't know what happened, what went through my brain that day. Another mistake I made is shoes. I purposely wore these shoes today. These are my North Face, I don't know the model, some model of North Face shoes. They're great 3-season shoes. Absolutely great 3-season shoes. Had them for about 4 years. And now I'm starting to look to replace them. They're still fine, but should replace your hiking shoes once in a while. Once you get enough wear and tear and hours or miles into them. I went camping in December. In my area there was no snow. So we headed up north. Headed up maybe 2 hours up north. And through the drive, started to see a little snow. As we got closer, a little more snow. As you can see, I'm in the middle of nature right now. A little more snow, and by the time we got to our destination, we still had a hike to do, by the way. I think we had 4 to 5 inches of snow, so maybe the width of my hand there. Maybe 4, I don't know. And I didn't bring boots. We stopped, everyone pulled out their extra boots that they brought, and I only brought these shoes. So it was -5 Celsius, which is about 20 Fahrenheit. My feet were soaked just a few minutes into the trail, and it was a cold, long night. I kept taking off my shoes and my socks by the fire and trying to dry them out. There was no chance, but at least I was warm. I was bringing extra socks for when I sleep. Woke up in the morning and put back on my shoes, which were frozen. It was just a long, cold day, so if you're not sure, bring an extra pair of boots. That's all I'm saying. And I brought them today because I know the snow. I actually want to clean them out a little bit and clean the snow off of them. So I figured walking through this little trail with a few inches of snow will do the job. I think we're back at the trailhead, but from the opposite side. As you can see, there's somewhat of a gate there. Haven't had the beer yet though. There is a beer today. So I'm gonna find a bench. I'll go find a bench. We'll have that. I was looking for one specific bench, but I think it's part of one of the trails I don't have access to this winter because of these skiing trails. But I did find a bench, and I think I found something slightly better. I had no idea this was here, so I'm gonna go check it out. That's pretty cool. Seems like a fine spot for a beer. I really dislike wearing a hat, by the way. I do because I should. It keeps me warm, but I don't like it. I think I really am the only person in the park today. Look at that. My hair just stays however it was under that hat. Alright, so for today's beer. Today's beer is actually a non-alcoholic beer, and there's a lot of good ones nowadays, so I'm going to use it as a chance to sort of promote them. People who may not drink for whatever reason it might be. This is from Collective Arts, and it's an IPA. There's genuinely a lot of good ones out there nowadays. Back about 5-10 years ago, if you handed me this, told me it was an IPA, feels a little light for an IPA, but still tastes fine. About 5-10 years ago, if you tried to get non-alcoholic beer, it would usually be from the big brands, and they weren't great. It wasn't their main focus. It was probably a really small percent of their clientele. Now a bunch of microbreweries make it. There are some breweries that only focus on non-alcoholic beers. Sorry, my mouth's a little frozen, so there's a lot of microbreweries that focus only on non-alcoholic beers. So they are getting better and better, and I think it's a good option for anyone who does not want to have alcohol for whatever reason that is. You might see these more, not this one specifically, but you might see more non-alcoholic beers on the channel. Not for any specific reason, but you might see them on the hikes. Today, for instance, I am finishing this and going back to my car, which is about 5-10 minutes away. So I think it is a good option and a good chance to try them out. And with that, I'm going to finish this up, hike out of here. Like I said, I have maybe 5 minutes to get out of here. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.